Hey everybody, this is David with IsoHorns, and today I want to talk about why it's difficult for new vendors to get return on investment at the WISPA shows, and why WISPA sees a 50% churn rate in exhibitors. The WISPAPALOOZA registration for 2025 opened up on April 23rd, a few weeks ago, and that's for the WISPA members. So these are the long-standing vendor members at WISPA who exhibit at every show. And they have the membership, which they pay a few $1,000s for, and that gets them early access to register their booth for the trade show. And if you're not a member, if you're a new vendor thinking about exhibiting at WISPA for the first time, then your booth selection begins on May 13th. And so this is after all of the long-standing vendors have already selected the prime real estate on the exhibit hall. So when you go to select your booth, you're likely to end up in the back of the exhibit hall in a less than ideal placement, not on a corner, not near the entrance. And most of the biggest draws for the attendees, the vendors that have the exciting new product, are going to be at the front of the exhibit hall. And so the attendees are going to walk in to the exhibit hall. They're going to see what they need to see, and only the curious attendees are going to walk towards the back of the exhibit hall to see what else is out there. By and large, the attendees are going to have what they were looking for right when they walk in the door. And so there's not a whole lot of motivation for the attendees to go explore the back corners of the exhibit hall. But also, at this point, the WISP industry is a mature industry. And so a lot of the WISPs already have their vendors selected. They're already happy with their current vendors, and they're not necessarily looking to change. And so while you may think, well, it's a pretty straight analysis, the cost of the show versus the potential for a sale, that's not necessarily true either. Because if you are competing with one of their existing vendors, one of their favorite vendors, the WISPA members may feel threatened by that, where they currently are depending on their existing vendor, and your product or service that competes with that may threaten their business. And so that seems outlandish. You say, David, how could that even happen? What are you talking about? That never happens. No, that happens. Let me show you. So my company is IsoHorns, and if you search for IsoHorns scam on Google, you will see this post right here. IsoHorns scam address was posted on December 14th, 2023, after IsoHorns had exhibited at WISPAPALOOZA in October of 2023. And this post is by Lacely Media. He describes himself as a WISP owner based out of Central Kentucky. And you can see in his profile picture here, he's posing with IsoHorns' competitor's antenna. So he self-identifies strongly with our competitor. And he's familiar with IsoHorns. He favors our competitor. And this is not an innocent post. This post is intended to sabotage IsoHorns' reputation, damage our reputation, and sabotage our business. The reason why he's doing this post is because he feels threatened by IsoHorns. Because if IsoHorns is successful, then he thinks that RF Elements, our competitor, won't be successful, will fail, and he believes his business depends on RF elements. So this is a WISPA member knowingly trying to sabotage the business of another WISPA member, a new vendor member who's trying to fairly compete in the industry. And another user comments that this is a registered agent. And so we used a registered agent to register our business with the state of Wyoming. And that address is shared by many businesses who also use the same registered agent. And he knows this. So Cam Lacey has met me personally. He knows that we are a legitimate business. He knows that we exhibited at WISPA. He knows that we are legitimately selling product. Nonetheless, he's trying to sabotage our business. And this is just something that a new vendor wouldn't think of when it comes to whether or not to engage with WISPA and their membership. This doesn't come into a normal person's cost-benefit analysis when it comes to exhibiting at the WISPA shows. And WISPA is aware of this. They have not done anything to try to save IsoHorns from being defamed like this. And it's terrible. So when you're considering how to spend your limited marketing dollars, I would encourage you, rather than spending tens of thousands of dollars with WISPA, give your product away for free for your customers to try. Provide free trials of your service. Use that money towards Google ads and Facebook ads. That tens of thousands of dollars is an incredible amount of Google and Facebook ads, and you can target specific audiences, and you will get much better return on investment. But also, you're unlikely to attract the attention of WISPA members who would like to see your business fail. Thanks for watching.